Hello, everyone. I'm Gary,
I'm John.
and this is
Two Bros Doing Shows.
your wrestling podcast. Now, today, or not today, but this week, we got some exciting news, especially coming out of MMA, because Conor McGregor said on ESPN's 5 Rounds podcast, his agent said this anyway, that Conor McGregor stated he would be willing to entertain the idea of being in a match, and it was all about how much money he would get.
So he was thinking about being in a match, but he would only think about it if he was paid.
I think the bottom line is, give me my money, bitch, and he would do it. Now, this would be a great match because all year Conor McGregor has been talking shit about WWE superstars, and
You're as tall as Roman Reigns' leg. Shut up.
yeah, exactly. And he's been getting roasted by WWE superstars throughout the year. So this would be a good way to entertain the idea of some sort of cross match. But then who do you put him against?
I say take him down a peg. Put him up against James Ellsworth.
Please. I say
I'm just
if
saying.
you really want to take him down a peg, put him up against Roman Reigns. The only one who's been taking anything down a peg is Dean Ambrose. James Ellsworth is a useless piece of garbage that looks like he had his face sucked by an alien. So, yeah.
No, he's one of those guys that just, if you put a pair of underwear over his face, it would look like a butt.
So you're saying he's a Ferengi?
No, worse than that. Like, literally, I'm just saying.
Well, honestly, I think his face looks like a fish head. But honestly, this is about Conor McGregor. I mean, the guy's attitude so fits that of a wrestler.
Well, in ring, I mean, out of ring. When you do that in ring, that's fine. When you do it out of ring, you're an asshole.
Well, that's exactly the point. He's an asshole. Just like Lesnar's an asshole. So, you put an asshole up against a guy like Roman Reigns, and you turn Roman Reigns into a bigger face that people want to cheer for, and you give Conor McGregor a great match. You have Roman Reigns lose, and you get the crowd behind Roman Reigns.
The crowd. No. Let's just face it. The crowd's never going to be behind Roman Reigns. No matter what he does, he will be booed.
Creative insight is a very, very big thing with WWE, and I think if they had any creative insight, they would go about this the right way.
They couldn't even get him over with The Rock being out there with him, okay?
Okay, dude, that was at last year's
Well,
Royal
no, I'm
Rumble.
just saying that there is no way that you're going to get Roman Reigns over with the audience unless you put him back with the Shield.
Which they are, or did do, at least for a short period during, the Survivor Series. Probably one of the only decent things that happened. But we don't know where that's headed or where that's going. We could see a lot more during the Rumble. And if the three of them end up against Goldberg, who's next? But in all seriousness, hell, what if Conor McGregor ends up in the Rumble?
Don't make stupid statements like that, please. That hurts my head.
No, but I'm just saying, what if that ends up being the case?
No.
I mean, that's right there with James Dorkworth.
No.
Yeah, your last two contestants are James Ellsworth and Conor McGregor.
One can barely wrestle to save his life, and one would probably just be like, screw the rules. I'm
just gonna toss this bitch right out of the ring. So.
Probably end up getting himself tossed out of the ring.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just it's intriguing to see if this will happen, and if it does, then it's going to be even more intriguing to see who they put him against. So
long as it's not the Big Show.
Yeah,
We've had
could do the Big Show.
We've had enough of Big Show beating up on celebrities.
I've had enough of Big Show, period. Just please retire, okay? Just do us a favor.
Yeah. Nothing against you as a person. Just stop wrestling, please.
Yes, because I've heard about these wrestling challenges you've had with Braun Strowman. Boring. Yeah, I mean, please. You're not impressing anyone. There comes a point where you reach an age where you just suck at professional wrestling. That's when you know you have to walk away. And, Big Show, when your arm moves slower than a guy who's had 2 neck surgeries and had his, God knows how many other surgeries on his knees and collarbone and everything else. I'm talking about John Cena. It's time to retire. Total respect for everything you did, especially in WCW, but you're an old man, son. It's time to join the geezer train. But, on to other news. Shinsuke Nakamura will get a rematch at the NXT title in 2 weeks in Osaka, Japan. This came this week from out of NXT. This match will be on NXT. Now, in Canada, these two lit the freaking ring on fire, practically.
Yeah.
And another match could see a lot of implications. Some are saying Joe's going to be moved up to the main card. Some are saying that he's going to stay. Shinsuke will win the title, and it'll just be a big fat rubber match thing until their next takeover in January-ish. And, it's going to be an interesting state of affairs there.
Yeah.
So who do you think will win?
I think it might be Shinsuke, simply because I think that they'd want to move Joe up to the roster. For me, I'd like to see Joe on. I'd like to see him on Smackdown, I think, personally, because I've always liked his matches with AJ Styles, and I'm sure he'd have a lot of great matches with Dean Ambrose or whoever else. I mean, we really won't know what's gonna happen until it happens. I mean, there's very real possibility after WrestleMania that the two brands are gonna have completely different wrestlers in them. But I'd think I'd like to see Joe on SmackDown.
I'd rather see Joe on Raw. I think we didn't get a great match with him and Finn Balor the last time in NXT, so I'd like to see a rematch with those two. I think Joe would be a great opponent for somebody like Roman Reigns. I think he'd be a great opponent for somebody like Kevin Owens, and I think there's unfinished business there, considering the way Joe walked in. I think he could walk right in again and be like, Kevin Owens, since he's the Universal Champ.
Maybe.
I think there's a lot of things that are possibilities. So I don't know. I would rather see Joe go to Raw and Shinsuke go to SmackDown. I mean, that's just my personal opinion because I've always liked Shinsuke's matches against AJ Styles. I think that's automatic moneymaker there.
Well, having Shinsuke versus Kevin Owens is also would be a guaranteed moneymaker as well.
It's possible, but I mean,
not to mention also Shinsuke versus Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I think that the first time we saw that match and everybody was screaming "Fight Forever," that match is already or should be a candidate for match of the year. So, and this was back in like what, March that match happened. It was right after WrestleMania. So okay, maybe it was April. But still, it was early on in the year, and that match just tore the house down.
Just regardless, they need to put someone in there that Sami Zayn can go up against. I'm sick of him being shoved down the mid.
In Jobberville?
Yeah, but that's Raw. We're on SmackDown right now.
Boo!
So.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think that Shinsuke would be a better fit for SmackDown. That's my personal opinion on it. But as far as him and the NXT title, I think Shinsuke wins. I think Joe either moves up or they just rubber match the hell out of it. So that's my predictions on that. So next, we have American Alpha. They won a tag team tournament.
In spectacular fashion.
Oh, yeah. And then what ended up happening afterwards was the spooky ghost shit started to happen. And then you have Bray Wyatt come up from the ground with his totally annoying voice and new bald follower, Randy Orton.
To be fair, he shaves his head. Just saying.
Because he hears voices in his head, and the razors say, they call to me. They talk to me. But seriously, you do have a great team in
you have a great team in the Wyatt family, as well as
American Alpha.
Yeah.
Now, the biggest decision here: do you shaft American Alpha again, or do you give this to the Wyatts? This is the match that's going to be for the #1 contendership this upcoming week on SmackDown.
So I'm so conflicted because I love American Alpha's talent. I love their work. They're such good wrestlers. You know, that's really all you can say. But then again, you have the Wright family's entertainment value, and they just started pushing Bray Wyatt to be this big threat. And I mean, if you look at it, the way that they did that was they had Randy Orton joining the Wyatt family. Because what better way to raise someone up who fans may be going soft on, or, not being soft on, or however the lingo goes.
Well,
on Bray
whoever
Wyatt
loses, the fans are going to start going soft on, because Bray just started getting a push. So if they take that away from him, that's going to be a bad thing. But everybody's waiting for American Alpha to be pushed. So, there's going to be a definitive loser here because, this is one of those things where career stakes are on the line. And I think that popularity is on the line, which is an important thing. And the importance of that is really sort of lost on a lot of people, because pushes, if you just give somebody a short push and then you drop off on them, people aren't going to remember them. You have to push people that you believe can hold the title. And it's becoming painfully obvious that those titles are coming off of Heath Slater and Rhino, and that their time as tag champs is close to being over, which is fine with me.
Yeah,
'cause
well,
they've had them for a while.
Yeah, and the only reason why they were even a tag team to begin with was so that Heath Slater would have something to push his popularity up, because he's worked so hard in that company for so many years.
Because he was a hashtag social outcast, but then before that, he was part of the Nexus.
Well, you can't forget about the 3-man band either.
Yeah, yeah.
So there was a few things, but really he hadn't been relevant since the Nexus, and even then he wasn't even really all that relevant. So it's good to see that he's gotten a fan base now, that he's actually doing something. But I don't think he needs Rhino anymore. I think that's done with. The only way really that they could screw it up for both tag teams is, I think, if they had Randy screw Bray Wyatt, and that be the reason why American Alphas win. Because if you do that, not only are you saying that American Alphas couldn't win against the Wyatt family on their own, but they had to have, I phrased that wrong. So basically, if you have Randy Orton screwing the Wyatt family, it looks weak on American Alpha. On the other hand, though, whoever wins is gonna go down a peg, which...
Why do you say that?
Well, again, you have Wyatt finally getting a bit of a push, but then you also have American Alpha, who...
Finally getting a bit of a push.
Yeah, but granted, American Alpha...
Whoever loses is going to go down a few pegs.
But to be fair, American Alpha is younger. They have more time to bounce back.
Everybody there is young except for Randy Boredom. But,
Well, I don't know how old Luke Harper is, but
yeah, all of these guys are newer and they're younger. And to be fair, I don't think that really plays that much of a factor.
Yeah.
In any of this. I don't care. A lot of fans don't care anymore about face versus face or heel versus heel. Just give it to us, and I think that, fans loved it when the Shield just beat the shit out of everyone. So, I'm beginning to see that insanity, especially after this week, because they just came out and beat the shit out of Rick Swann, and then No Way Jose came out and they beat the shit out of him too. So, honestly...
Well, what does that have to do with the Wyatts and American Alpha?
Wyatts can get by if they play them off right.
Yeah, okay.
American Alpha needs wins right now because they have no major wins. None. And I think that that's beginning to creep up on them and their legacy in NXT. Because they...
And them being much more, I guess, professional when it comes to their wrestling skills than...
Yeah, they're very Greco-Roman.
Than say Rhino and Slater, that would make it more plausible as to why they would win. Because if you have the Riots go up against Slater and Rhino, you know that it's not going to be a straight match. It's going to be some sort of like, there's going to be cheating going on. If it's Bray and Orton, then it's going to be Luke Harper that interferes.
And I'm so sick of these stupid interferences by the Wyatts, too. I mean, just win a damn match and do it. Make yourself legit.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It just... The gimmicks are old, and it's time for them to either push Bray or, he's going to get put on the back burner in a lot of fans' minds.
Well, he was already on the back burner for a while there.
Well, and they decided to push him at Survivor Series, which was a good thing.
Yeah.
But now where do you go from here now that you've sort of pushed both American Alpha and the Wyatts into a corner?
I don't know, but I'm just hoping that once Randy Orton leaves the Wyatt family, that Bray will still be able to be a realistic enough threat to warrant a push.
Okay, well, the next story that I'm bringing to you, which is also from Smackdown, is James Ellsworth beat AJ Styles in a ladder match for not only a contract, but a future title shot.
My reaction to that?
Yeah, my reaction to that is that I just like.
Let's just be honest. We're done with James Ellsworth. I mean, this, like, at first it was cute. Not supposed to do that till the end of the show, bro. But anyways, so James Ellsworth is like I said, it was cute for a while with him doing the whole puppy dog eye thing with Dean Ambrose and following him around. And yeah, I mean, sure, it was. It's done. It's done. It does not have to be done anymore. And I don't know. The whole thing just makes my brain. Thank you, assistant. This whole thing just bothers me now.
It's annoying, and Ellsworth is annoying, but personally, it's just like, end it, and please just get back to Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles. Or from what I'm hearing, supposedly the Rumble, we're going to have Undertaker and AJ Styles, which sounds like an excellent fucking match.
It also sounds like someone's fanfic, but, that's besides the point.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I just going to put it out there. There is no way, realistically, that you can have AJ Styles going up against The Undertaker. And, I mean, because Undertaker's going to have to take hits. He can't just dominate the match. And, I mean, granted, he went up against Brock Lesnar and took a few F5s.
And that was only 3 years ago. But let's face it. He beat up... He definitely beat up Bray Wyatt at 31. At 32... Who did he face at 32? Damn, that was just this year, too.
This year? Wasn't that... didn't he face Brock Lesnar? No.
No, it was not fucking Brock Lesnar, trust me, if it was a rematch.
It wasn't... Clearly, it wasn't an important enough match to care about. Which is kind of sad, because in an Undertaker match... which are coming few and far between nowadays, but I don't see I don't see AJ Styles going up against Undertaker and have it be a realistic match.
I could, because AJ Styles knows how to give hits. AJ Styles knows how to take hits. That is one of the best people in the fucking ring in the history of wrestling. So yeah, I think he could make Undertaker. He could take shit and turn it into gold. Look what he's done for Ellsworth. He is realistically taken 3 matches for a son of a bitch like Ellsworth. You know? So think about what he could do for Undertaker.
And also there, then you have to ask, is this gonna be just a straight one-on-one match with no title implications? Or are they gonna have him keep the title?
Well,
And go up against Taker? I mean,
the rumor, which again, this is a rumor. I am not saying this is what is going to happen, because shit changes with WWE like the weather. But Taker's gonna win the title. He's gonna retain at in February at whatever the fuck pay-per-view they have. And for Smackdown, I know Raw's is Elimination Chamber, but, you know, whatever. And then at WrestleMania, he's supposed to lose it to John Cena to give him his 16th reign. Here's why I don't like that plan. I don't want Taker to lose another fucking match at WrestleMania, especially to the fucking likes of John Cena. That would be successfully burying The Undertaker forever. Fuck Super Cena. I don't care, but you can't see me. You know, he can go get his 16th title from Joe Schmo with the fucking title, or at least get it from AJ Styles.
Get it from James Ellsworth.
Better from him than fuck The Undertaker again at WrestleMania. Fuck that. You know, no thank you on that count.
Well, I mean, the streak's already broken, so
I don't care. This is about pride, and I do not think The Undertaker deserves to be jobbed out to John fucking Cena. No.
Okay.
So
Passionate about that, are we?
yeah. I didn't think he deserved to lose the streak in the first place.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I don't
The
like
longest
Brock Lesnar at all.
fucking record in sports or sports entertainment history. Well, other than the fact than the Cubs and the Indians, but you can, you know.
The fact, we're talking about in professional wrestling.
That was the longest streak. And the fact is that you broke it, and you can't unbreak something like that. And you gave it to Brock Lesnar, and then you jobbed him out in less than 90 seconds.
Yeah,
but
still blows my mind.
It is what it is for now. As far as AJ Styles and Undertaker, that's the rumor. That's what I've been hearing. So I do believe that's probably what's in the cards. Anything beyond that is simply hearsay. So,
all right, so what's next?
We have the updated card for TLC, which is next weekend for Smackdown. Now, the first match is AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose in a TLC. Now, as I was just talking about, if Undertaker is supposed to face AJ Styles for the title, and then the title's supposed to change hand at WrestleMania, blah, 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 then my guess is that AJ's going to retain. But if they change their mind, I mean, Dean Ambrose is always there, but I think they're going to wait till after WrestleMania to push Ambrose. So I just think that might be the case. So that's my prediction there. I think it's going to be a good match, though, because both of them know how to put on a good match. And Ambrose is just famous for loving to put together good spots.
Yeah.
I mean, if you saw the Asylum match, if you heard about his beef with Brock Lesnar not wanting to do spots with their match, I think that he is a forward-thinking person. And AJ Styles, I think, was very forward-thinking when he faced John Cena. So, in every match that these two have had has been absolute gold. So,
well, every match that James Ellsworth hasn't been a part of.
Can you just stop bringing up that fool?
What?
Anyway,
hey, don't blame me. Blame the WWE. They're the one that decided to make him popular.
He is not popular.
Yes,
He's
he
a
is
freak
popular.
of nature.
Okay, JBL.
He is a mistake of nature that should never have been born. He was born.
Whoa.
He was born to the music of The Omen. Okay.
No, he was born in Cincinnati from, toxic chemicals that took away people's chins. And, like a Ninja Turtle. He was born like a Ninja Turtle.
Oh, you mean
he was born from a chinless turtle.
So he got kicked in the face too many times. Yeah. He used to be a boxer till he got knocked out too many times. That was a joke, by the way. Anyway, next match is Miz and Dolph Ziggler. This is supposedly last time, and it's going to be for the Intercontinental title. Now, unfortunately, Maurice is not in a shark cage for this one, which should be the case because Maurice deserves it. I mean, you would think that Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan would have taken a clue from William Regal on that one.
So, this is a ladder match, or is this a straight up TLC?
This is a ladder match.
Okay.
Now, of course, you can claim that, there's no rules, so you can, whatever. I'm sure we'll see some kendo sticks and a few, whatever, anyway. Maybe a can of kick-ass under the ring. Who knows? But the fact of the matter is that, I love The Miz. And he's had a great championship run. But I just think it's time for him to maybe get away from that title for a little while. Because if he doesn't, then people are going to get so comfortable with him with that title that whoever takes it, they're going to have to really raise the bar. Yeah. And there's no way to do that kind of thing when you're a face. Because you can't cheat and be a face.
I don't know about that. I mean, look at Stone Cold.
Okay, Stone Cold was an anti-hero. Big difference.
All right. Well, anyways, when it comes to this, I just want this feud over because I want someone else to have a chance at the IC title, because it's been has been Miz and Ziggler
for like what, 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, a long time.
Actually, more longer than that. Pretty much ever since WrestleMania.
Well, whatever the case may be, this whole thing with Ziggler and Miz kind of needs to stop, because the longer it goes on, the more frustrated I think people are gonna get, because literally it's been a two-man competition, a two-man like.
It's basically had been a two-man division.
That's what I mean to say. Thank you.
Because nobody else seems. Well, of course, they gave Kalisto a shot.
And then they shit on his shot.
Because, of course, Baron Boring had
Corbin.
to freaking come in and be like, "Wah, I don't like you. I want to give you another end of days because I'm a little dick and I want to fuck you out of 2 titles in a week." You know, it just, to me, that's a bit much. And I feel like Kalisto, well, I don't want to say getting downsized because he's already pretty short, but he's, it's not fair what they're doing to him as a talent because they're just jobbing him out.
Yeah, and I mean, this is pretty much the exact same thing as what's going on in Raw with Sami Zayn and Braun Strowman. I mean, it's just it's gotten to the point where it's you can clearly tell when they have nothing for certain wrestlers, because then you have leftovers that are mismatched, and you try to put them up against each other, and it just doesn't look good.
Like, some people just don't like turkey and ham together. But the fact of the matter...
Those people can be safely ignored.
Yes. But the fact of the matter is that Baron Corbin and Kalisto, it's been going on for like 2 months now, at least. And no, you know, it's a disconnect for me. They're having a match against each other at TLC. It's going to be a chairs match, which, you know, it was funny because, you know, Baron Corbin came into the ring, tried to attack Kalisto. Kalisto had a chair in his hand, threw it at Baron Corbin.
Baron Van Daminator.
Yeah, pretty much, because Baron Corbin caught the chair, and then he just drop-kicked the chair right into his face.
Baron Corbin won't be making that mistake again.
And he's going to need some Advil. But the fact of the matter is, you know, that guy is definitely... I mean, the match I could care less about, to be fair, because there's nothing at stake. It's a rivalry. It's another midget cricket.
It's a bathroom break.
I wouldn't quite say that. But, yeah, it is what it is. Then you've got Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss for the women's title.
Which hasn't been...
there's no
stipulation
for that yet.
I don't think there's going to be. I think that...
Even if there's not, I'm saying Becky Lynch.
I don't know. I think it's possible that they give it to Alexa Bliss. They've certainly been pushing her lately and giving her quite a bit of screen time. So I think in that case, she could win. It might be because Natalya interferes, because now she's sort of is somewhat involved in the feud. So it's... I don't know. I mean, I hope it's a straight fight between both of them, but who knows what they'll choose to do.
Psycho Cat Lady.
Next,
you have Nikki Bella and Carmella. This one's no DQ. So I want to see some chicks hitting each other up with some fucking kendo sticks and then throwing each other through announce tables. Just be like, Kya!
What is with you and kendo sticks tonight?
I don't know, but you know,
you need some ECW. That's what you need.
Give me some Sandman, bro. But truth be told, I think this one should be good. Carmella's skills have been slowly improving since she stepped out of NXT onto the Smackdown roster. I think that she has been getting away from the whole, thing that Enzo and Big Cass used to do, and has more found her own little vibe. So I think that she is... Nikki Bella, though, she's just come back. She's been impressive. She is older, so it is... I don't know.
She's been around longer, but she's still a good wrestler.
Oh, yeah, I'm not taking that away from her. I'm just... matching things up, it would be... it's more likely that Nikki Bella wins, especially since Carmella's been the one getting the attention. But it would be fun to see Carmella win, in my opinion. I'd rather see Carmella beat the shit out of Nikki Bella.
You just say that because you hate John Cena.
Of course I do. Anyway, and so that's your updated roster for TLC. You've got crazy people, you've got women beating the crap out of each other, and you have a fly that's wanting to be swatted by a guy who's now going to have a fly swatter to use in that match, i.e. Kalisto versus Baron Corbin. So, pay-per-view is shaping out, and meh, card, I wouldn't say it's great, but I never judge a pay-per-view by its cover. It is inevitably as good as the matches are within the pay-per-view.
So long as we stop hearing 10.
Yeah, I think Canada only knows how one number. I don't think they know how to count.
Thank God this is the last week of that, at least for now. But it does go to show you that
10.
Ty Dillinger is a huge draw in Canada.
10. Do you know how many seconds are on that screen right there? 10.
Okay. For Two Bros Doing Shows.
I'm Gary.
I'm John.
And Top Guys.
Out.
Out.